Start.
Oh boy. And I see it. Ooh, I'm getting an ad.
Yeah, you watch that ad. You watch that ad.
I skipped it. All right. You know, we were looking at those dioramas, and I really like this one that someone made where he took an old Porsche Hot Wheels car, and he made a little diorama on like a piece of cardboard. And if you zoomed in, you would never know it was on cardboard. Like it's absolutely beautiful.
Neat. Kilgore
Yeah.
Void.
I should send you a link.
Hello. Craig Turpin.
Hello.
Hi. Brewer Marcy. Hello. Man, you guys were right on the draw. Quick on the draw.
Yeah, you were waiting for it.
Well, we're still working on the Chaplain on bike. Still finishing off the bike. But we're getting close. We're getting pretty darn close. Oh, that book. That book is looking real good.
Top 10 books. The good book. The good book cookbook. You got this person today.
I don't know the last
old
time I read a
bike.
book.
Oh my gosh.
I read half of a book called Man After Man by Dougal Dixon a couple of months ago. It's very interesting. It's about speculative zoology.
Oh, was it for school?
No.
Oh. Because that's cheating. They made you do it.
I didn't do any of the reading they made me do in school.
As God intended.
Sometimes I would YouTube a summary, but if there was no summary on YouTube, I was flying blind. Kilgore Void. Kilgore Void, I own Expedition by Wayne Barlow. It's one of my most prized possessions, and I read it probably once a year. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Wayne Barlow is one of my all-time favorite artists. He has done a ton of work for movies like Pacific Rim, Avatar, and Harry Potter 3. He designed the werewolf. And Buckbeak. Yeah, Kilgore, you can't get one past me. I don't have the Alien Species book. I also want a copy of Inferno, his hell book, where he speculates on what hell's like.
Hell book. I couldn't even tell you the last time I read a book.
Well, it was we finished the Twilight.
I can tell you a lot of books that I was supposed to read. Yeah, that is true. That is true. I mean, those are required reading to be a human being.
Kilgore Void. Yeah, his books are out of print. I snagged Expedition pretty cheap on eBay. But you gotta look. You gotta be on the hunt.
What is pretty
I think
cheap
it was
mean?
like $40.
Ah, that's fine. I was hoping like $500.
No, oh my god.
That'd be kind of fun.
No, I'm not a madman. I think they should reprint
I don't
them.
know about that.
I think weird stuff like that it maybe didn't do amazing upon initial release, I think it could do well now. Definitely Man After Man. That book is so weird. It's a speculative zoology on humans, like what happens to humans after Earth, and it follows two different types of people. Humans decide, since they want humanity to continue, they genetically engineer humans into the niche ecosystems that exist on Earth. So there's aquatic humans, like plains-dwelling humans, mountain-dwelling humans. And then the people who do the engineering, they live in robotic bodies. And eventually they discover a way to create organic bodies that'll like keep their human forms moving. But they're only able to design one piece at a time. So they can make one hand for like a sense of feel, but they have to have another hand, and they have to make a whole nother hand for a sense of like strength. It's really interesting. And it goes, the book jumps like, 100 years, 10,000 years, 50,000 years, 100,000 years, 500,000 years, a million years, 2 million years. And you just see how all these things change and evolve. How the human race kind of fizzles and dies, but how like the seeded human race does very well. It's old book, it's out of print, but if you just Google like Man After Man PDF, it's there. And what paint am I looking for? Oh, white. Very interesting.
Yeah, that is. That sounds very interesting.
It kind of has an interesting story of how it was produced too. I swear to God, it might Dogel Dixon. It's something Dixon. I think it's Dogel Dixon, but he made a book.
Because of Winn-Dixie?
I don't think so. He made a book, I think that's called After Earth, a speculative zoology of the planet Earth, and it did really, really, really well. So then, I think he made a sequel to it, and it also did really, really, really well. And then he made Man After Man, a speculative zoology book on humans, and everyone was like, this is creepy and weird. We don't like this at all. And even he's like, yeah, I took things kind of far. I would also recommend The World Without Us and Man Plus. World Without Us sounds very familiar. I don't know about Man Plus. I like the sound of it, though. I'm guessing you're just like what happens to men. Or like to humankind.
It's not a woman positive book,
oh my
though.
Goodness, that's true.
I don't think I can read it.
Yeah, that didn't age well. Just like all things.
Well, except for Bill Cosby. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
But Wayne Barlow is awesome.
Way to bring it up.
He is such a cool artist. They radically alter the genes of a dude to travel to Mars. I hope it was a dude. I hope it was just like some guy working at like an Arby's or something. And they're like, hey, we're going to take your body and we're going to use it to bioengineer a spaceship to get to Mars. And he's just like, cool. All right.
Neat.
So do you want fries with that? Or?
Dope. I like the curly fries because they're curly.
It kind of is. A low-level
He's a low-level engineer. at a nearby power plant.
He's Homer Simpson? What was Homer Simpson's job at the power plant?
He worked at the power plant.
Yeah, but what is his position?
He did have a position, I think. I don't remember though.
I mean, surely he didn't actually work with the stuff. Maybe he was like security or something.
Lounging usually. No. He was it was like a safety inspector. That's what it was.
Jeez.
Nuclear safety inspector.
Joey Flores, hello. It is
Hello,
Monday.
Joey Flores.
Joey Flores is the opposite of Garfield. What do you guys think of nuclear power? I think it's awesome. I don't think there's any downsides, except maybe cost. It's a little pricey.
I think it used to be that it could blow up.
It used to be able to blow up.
And maybe still.
No, it can't.
I mean, it's happened recently.
But it's not an explosion like a bomb explosion.
No, but it's not great.
It's not great, but it's not like it's gonna like spew toxic waste. At least not the new ones, but the medium ones.
The medium ones.
Because it's basically nuclear fission to create steam to power a turbine.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like tungsten rods that absorb the excess energy. And the whole process takes.
Right. This was your major.
Yes.
So
I don't think.
Thanks to the expert himself.
Mm-hmm. I think it sounds pretty awesome. I also
If it melts down, it's not great.
Yeah, but if it melts down, it's still stuck in a place.
It's not always.
Where what?
Not if there's a tsunami, like in Japan.
Oh well, yeah, but Japan is not set up very nicely for. Because it was right on the coast too, and they're always getting hit by Godzilla and stuff. That was just a bad move all around.
See the big. So the big thing is I'm for big coal. So you can't phase me.
Yeah, big coal, and clean coal.
Clean coal.
Roentgen?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either. Maybe it's an event. There have been nuclear problems, but I don't know. I feel like
all of it.
I feel like
big coal, clean coal.
The amount of problems versus
Oh, so you're gonna try to steal people's jobs?
Yes. Yeah, because there's only like 11 people work at a nuclear power plant. It's not hundreds. It's like 15. It's like 2 Homer Simpsons and then one guy who just pulls a lever on and off every day.
Yeah. And that's the hard life. You don't want to have them doing that. You want to have them in mines.
Yes. Where they're nice and safe. Ain't no radiation in a mine.
Yeah.
You guys know there's a lot of radiation in a banana? Not a lot, but there's more radiation in a banana than any other fruit.
Great.
That's why they taste so good.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm glad that you made it back to Michigan, Void 16. I was worried about you.
Also, nuclear power makes up half of all clean energy. At least in America, it does.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? That seems surprising for America.
Yeah, it's half. The other half is like wind, solar, hydroelectric, like everything else is the other half. And then nuclear is the other half.
Yeah, that's definitely right.
Aren't all bananas clones? They probably are. A lot of
Because they don't have
a
seeds?
lot of vegetables are clones. I don't know if they do or not. They could have seeds that just aren't fertile.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that a problem we all have?
Yeah, America seems like we're moving away from nuclear power, especially since we never came up with a way to store it, like store the spent nuclear fuel. I think.
Well, yeah, you put it under prisons.
Well, currently I think it's all stored at power
Under
sites.
prisons, yeah.
At the nuclear power sites. They were gonna build. They were gonna build some place in the Yucca Mountains. The Yucca. I remember the name of the mountain. I don't remember the name of the state it was in. I don't remember what state. I know all 16 states. I know them by heart. But
I know all 13 colonies. So they were going to store it in the mountain.
yeah, deep in a mountain.
And then they decided, nah.
Yeah, well, because everyone is so scared of nuclear power. So, like, every person in America was like, I don't want that near me, maybe. And there's currently no problem with storing it on site at all the nuclear facilities, so they just do that. Because it's more popular to not deal with it.
We love to not deal with things.
But apparently all the nuclear power ever is only like a couple baseball, or a couple football stadiums worth. Which sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's kind of nothing.
For the United States or for the world?
I think for the United States.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the United States is a pretty big place. So that's not very much.
That's how you get Mothra. I think they don't shoot it into space because rockets actually aren't that reliable.
Ooh, yeah, imagine.
We shoot up 100 million.
I mean, even the chance...
Yeah.
The chance that it blows up or something. Ooh.
Hook up a reactor to every home in America and get the party started. Absolutely. I see no problems. Every Homer Simpson in America is just gonna pull start their nuclear reactor.
Get it going.
Please, oh please, let this little black template cross work out on the first try. The details on brass are very, very, very shallow. It needs a little touch up.
Yeah, but here at EOB, we're for clean coal. So I know a lot of you guys are haters.
Yeah.
We like it just a little bit washed off.
A little squirt of Windex, a little wipe, clean as a whistle.
Yeah, basically when you do that, they're just rocks.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
A little pledge.
Kilgore Void says frack all day.
Yeah, the same thing they use to wipe the oil off the penguins. That's what they use to clean the coal.
Dawn.
What I love about that though is it's not like the penguin's okay. Like I you guys know I have dogs because one got skunked, and you can't really wash a dog's face because you can't be like, all right, hang on for a second, hold your breath. Can't do that. Can't be like, can you close your eye for just 1 second while I pour this on you? Nope. So it's not like that penguin knew better than to, suck in all of the petroleum.
Right.
I like to think they took the cute little penguin and they gave him a wipe, and then the second the camera cut, they just chucked him right back into the sludge.
That would make sense. We don't need him anymore. We got the shot. All right, throw him back.
There you go, happy feet.
Yeah.
Sploosh. So it reminds me of the dog rescue channels on YouTube. Wait, they weren't helping the dogs?
Were they just throwing them out?
Oh, yeah. I think I know.
Oh, yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. It's hard. I mean, I get angry at people who yell about Star Wars, but at least that's not really hurting anyone to get views. Because that's why people make Star Wars videos now, is to get views.
Yeah.
It's not because they have a real love of cinema or Star Wars. They just want that, the hundo thou.
Or people that do Warhammer videos but don't like the game.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I'll say it out loud. It's the point. It's the game. Although I get it. People like the models.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if I only like the models, I don't think I'd paint Games Workshop models because they're expensive. And there's a lot of other cool models out there.
That is very true.
I think I would paint nothing but Malifaux. Holy cow! Every Malifaux piece every single Malifaux model is a masterpiece.
Those are really good. Maxley Fox is roasting us. People who paint bases but never put a model on it. Oh wait.
Well, actually, I've painted probably 100 bases for EonsOfBattle, but I painted 700 models that are also all based.
You just got actually. Yeah.
Got to paint those Kingdom
The
Death
base
models.
is the home for the model. I've never played 40k either. Do you? But Craig, didn't you just start?
Max, like Pixar didn't have.
Pixar didn't
I have
happen.
a YouTube
There's a
video.
We have a whole
where we
video.
show off every model I've ever painted.
It's actually recommended to me on this live stream. Every model I've ever painted.
Yeah, if you guys are gonna watch the live stream, you gotta at least watch every single video we've ever put out. It's just like 300.
Yep. And start from the worst, and then
start from the videos
go
where
through
we were
all
like
the
12.
best. Yeah, those are the best ones. Remember the one guy, right when we started back up again, who was like, the old videos were way better.
Yeah.
Really? I wanted to paint some miniatures or something.
Well, if you like
Something
like
creative.
some Victorian punk, you'll love Malifaux.
Yeah, Malifaux's pretty cool. Age of Sigmar has some cool stuff too.
Oh my god, Age of Sigmar has unbelievably gorgeous models.
If you want to stay in the expensive realm of Games Workshop. But I was mostly roasting content creators that like to make Warhammer videos, but don't like playing the game.
That's why I love Luton99. My new favorite lore channel is Luton99, because I love his Ultramarine army is looking dope. His Ultramarine army makes me like Ultramarines. I always thought they were lame. But he's kind of doing like a modern retro thing, where he's doing classic blue and yellow shoulder pads, but it looks cool.
Is he a good painter?
He's pretty good. But what's fun is he shows off like he's always collected only Ultramarines. And so he's like, here are models I painted when I was 14. And here's my new models.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I like him way better than other popular lore channels. Arch! So, question. If you've played Gorka Morka Necromunda, only War, but never played the main game, can you arguably say you've played 40k? Not really. 40k is a different beast, and it's okay to have never played 40k.
Yes.
It's okay to not have played anything, but like, what are you doing here? Like, how did you find us? Craig Turpin, Luton 09.
Yeah. Max Lee Fox. You guys have a Fave edition? I don't like the Psychic Phase, so anything pre that.
I think, hasn't the Psychic Phase always been a thing?
I don't know.
I
mean, ever since we played.
I don't know. It's hard to say. My favorite edition might be 6th, just because that's when like I was a kid and playing all the time, and you know, life was a little simpler and more fun. 8th edition is probably the best edition I've been around for. I have no idea about 9th edition. Zerg619. Hello.
Hey. Never forget Rogue Trader when Space Marines were kinda tubby.
My first edition was 6th edition, but I was using the Necron 5th edition codex because Necrons never got a 6th edition codex.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I got the Necron 7th edition codex, which is the worst codex Games Workshop has ever made.
Those cartoon Necron drawings.
I could do better drawings.
Yeah. Yes, you could. I mean, they just don't even make sense. Some of the arms are too long, like way too long.
Yeah.
On a lot of those
like the publisher gave them notes
drawings,
and they just did it.
Yeah.
You know, Penguin Publishing was like, the guns are a little long. Can you make them a little shorter? Okay. The worst game book ever was Cyberpunk 3rd edition, where they literally used dressed up Barbie dolls for the art. That actually sounds awesome. That actually sounds kind of dope. Is it like I've never heard of Cyberpunk. Is that like a little game, like an indie game?
I mean, I want to see this now. ...2005.
Cyberpunk 2077. I like Cyberpunk. I love Ghost in the Shell.
I've been getting ads for Vortex mixers. You think I should buy one?
Yeah. Instead of getting a start collecting box of the army of your choice, yeah, get a vortex mixer, so that you don't have to do
Okay.
this. Holy moly!
It's hard.
This is holy moly. I mean, who can do that for 2 seconds before opening a paint?
Well, what I like to do is I like to let my paint dry.
Yeah.
Out. So I need it.
I mean, it's not the dumbest purchase in the whole world. It's not, empty dropper bottles, but it's up there.
What do you think is absolutely the dumbest wargaming purchase you can make?
That's a good question. I mean, any purchase that stops you from painting models. Like, I know there's a lot of people who really, like...
Is this going to be a
I
hot
think this
take?
might be a little bit of a hot take. I see a lot of people who have just
Should put up a warning.
beautiful setups, laser cut, MDF, paint racks, really, really nice sable brushes. They just keep buying kit. But it's not upping their hobby game because they're not putting in reps.
They ain't going to the gym.
Like, do...
It's the Instagram hobbyist.
Yeah. You gotta do what you can with what you got. And then, as you learn, you're like, oh, I like a long bristle brush, or I like a medium bristle brush, or I like thicker paints, I like thinner paints.
Kilgore Void feels attacked. We're singling you out.
Oh my god, my paint that's 5 years old that I've never touched is drying out. I should maybe sell it. Maybe sell it instead of getting dropper bottles and agitators and acrylic medium and funnels and pipettes.
Ooh.
You gotta put in the reps. Just get some. Go to Walmart. Get some brushes. And maybe pick up a couple of G-Dub colors because that's what everyone does at first. And just go to town. Do your best. It's gonna suck. But after so many models, you start to get a little better. You start to kind of learn the brush and the wet blending. Maybe you watch a couple Eons of Battle videos.
Yeah. Yep. The Instagram hobbyist. It is interesting. It's a lot of people.
Because I think some people keep putting off the painting because the painting is hard. You can fail at the painting, but you can't fail at buying dropper bottles. Or you can't, you can't fail at, creating the perfect light setup out of LEDs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I always hate. I've had some conversations with people like on Instagram and stuff about their models and stuff, and it always bothers me when they're like, "Yeah, I had fun doing it, but it's not Golden Demon worthy." It's like, yeah, of course it's not. That's fine. The experience of doing it is what matters. Not that you could possibly make an award or you could possibly get an award for it, especially when you're starting out. I don't know why you would think about that.
Yeah.
You don't need to win an award to be good at painting. It just doesn't, I don't know. It's weird. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself to work on, you put that pressure on yourself and then you're going to go buy dropper bottles. Mm-hmm. So then you don't have to work.
Maxley Fox. My light setup is pretty close to failure. You see these two lamps? These are $9 from IKEA. The light bulbs I have in them is almost cost more than the lamps. And they're fine lamps.
Uh-huh.
You get 2 of these puppies, you're set for life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, Kilgore Void is right. People forget that a hobby is supposed to be enjoyable.
Yeah, and if you really don't feel like painting,
Yeah.
go watch a movie. Go for a jog. Go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, we're not going for a jog. Let's be honest.
That's true, yeah. We're gamers, we're not exercise people. Yeah, Void 16, Walmart paint. Walmart paint is usually stuff like this. This is apple barrel paint. It comes in 2 ounce. And the pigment in this is a little bit too thick. You probably do want like wargaming or at least artist quality paint. But this stuff works for basing. It works for terrain. Some colors, blues usually are very nice. Reds can be very nice, but some other trickier colors like yellows, metallics, you're not gonna get anything nice at Walmart. Yellow, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It burns nice on the way down. Yeah, I always put in a drop of apple barrel into my shots. Also, Nuln Oil. Nuln Oil is really nice. It helps smooth out some whiskey. I find Urgrax has kind of an oaky after burn, so I don't like Urgrax as much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not allowed to go to the Games Workshop anymore. Because I would always, I would try the pots, the sample sizes, swish it around my mouth and spit it on the ground, and they didn't like that.
One thing I would recommend to anyone, though, who wants to improve not fast, but if anyone wants to make kind of bigger improvements, I would paint weird stuff. Like if you play Tau, then like go and find yourself like an undersea creature to paint. Like find the thing that's the
exact opposite.
Oh no, wait, Tau are kind of, they're fish. Their vehicles are based on fish. What's the opposite of a Tau? Something that's cool or strong.
A wolf?
Yeah, paint a wolf. Some people like me, if someone doesn't recognize my work, I feel bad. Well, you shouldn't. I mean, no one's definitely going to recognize your work.
I think it's pretty rare.
Yeah.
There's not that many people that you can really recognize their work. I mean, even some of the best people that I follow and that I like, if I saw their work in a lineup of work, I probably wouldn't know who was who. I'd be like, oh, they're all painted very well.
Craig Turpin, shh. It's a secret kill team.
Good old Craig. I love that.
I'm sure Nick's Dark Eldar are coming along nicely.
You wish they were Dark Eldar. Or are they?
Bum bum.
You never know.
know.
I'm gonna have a little bit more. I'm gonna have a little bit more time tomorrow to work on some of those bases. Try to 3D print them.
I got that good Photoshop now, so I can work on some other stuff. If you, Nick, if you go to the old Dropbox, I think you'll see some changes to the T-shirt ideas.
Oh! I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Or when you got a good Photoshop.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ah, that's sick.
Little inking.
Little inking. Wow, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Me and Nick are working on a line of swag. That's that's all about painting.
It is all about painting. Painting swag.
Mm-hmm. So it's not 40k, it's not Age of Sigmar. It's just the hobby of the paint.
I love
Mm-hmm.
it.
Stencil dropper bottles.
EOB.
Yes, we're coming out with a line of
You know what?
dropper bottles to put your GW paints into.
Yeah. $500 a piece. A bottle.
Mm-hmm. Cult of Cthulhu is kind of a game I keep hearing about. It looks neat. I know there was a board game where like you had to avoid Cthulhu, I think. Yeah, Dr. Droke, 30k.
Yes.
Yeah, if any of you aren't
We're almost
subscribed,
there.
get on it. Go subscribe, hit the bell icon, and then hit it again, and then you have to go into your like system preferences and unlock notifications.
Yeah.
And then you have to like send an email to Google and then to YouTube, and then you're actually following a channel.
Yep. Right. And then copy your social security number, put it in the chat. And yeah. I think that would help everyone out. Third 619 is all in the concept of becoming special in this world is a problem, especially in me.
Yeah. I'm
we all want to be special.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I find that when you really want to be special, you tend to not be. Because you put so much pressure on yourself that it just doesn't happen.
It almost needs to be
that creativity, because
it almost needs to be like you don't want to be special, you want your product to be good. Like that's how you turn it into like success. Is you're like, I'm gonna be the best soccer player. But it can't be I want to be a famous soccer player.
Yeah.
Because the famous doesn't really matter.
No. Unless you're really famous, then you can make money.
Oh god, 30k minis at 30k subs. Forge World is so expensive.
Or are we painting 30,000 minis?
Kilgore Void wants to be the JD Salinger of painting minis. I want to be the DB Cooper of painting minis.
I just want to be a Mini Cooper. I want to be a car.
I want to be the DB Cooper. Anybody out there know the story of Kilgore Void? Of course you do. Of course you know who DB Cooper is. Lucky Bat, hello. Hijack a plane with 20,000 Forge World models. DB Cooper was a madman who decided to rob an airline. He took a plane hostage, and then he asked for like $100,000 and a bunch of parachutes. And somewhere along his journey, he jumped out of the airplane, like wearing a suit and tie, and his briefcase full of money. And no one knows what ever happened to him. Completely disappeared without a trace. Many people speculate that he probably didn't manage to get the parachute open and just splattered right into the ground. But I like to think he's out there.
I hope so too.
And
ZNewBQ says, "Hell, everyone,"
hell,
which is a little rude. But old hell.
Love
were you saying?
DB Cooper. There's a movie called DB Cooper versus Bigfoot, or I think it's called Bigfoot versus DB Cooper. Don't watch it. It's unimaginably bad. I think some of the romanticism of hijacking a plane is gone, though.
Yeah.
They did Dr. Jokel, which kind of lends to the idea that he just smacked right into the ground. But I like to think he's out there. He just lost a little bit of the cash.
Yeah. That's definitely what happened. Hell to you too, buddy. Yep. I love the tube with important documents in it on the bike.
He's got to get his architectural drawings over to the print shop.
It closes at 9.
Yeah, what do you guys think a chaplain keeps in his little tube?
Gotta get there quick.
He gave the flight crew some of the money. Oh, that's epic. Here, take $1,000. See you later.
That's amazing.
You know what? Why wouldn't you? Go out like an absolute legend.
The Declaration of Independence.
Yeah,
that's in the tube.
Yeah, it could definitely be like prayer sheets or something. 200,000 Imperial credits.
I like to think it's his homework.
His homework. Probably.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, my professor's gonna be so mad.
He's gonna be tardy. That's why he needs his motorbike.
Yeah, get there speedy. Oh boy.
The missing planet from the archive memory. Yeah, that little kid who's probably one of the producer's kids. Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
Happy smiling emperor photo. Aw, like a poster? That'd be kind of cute.
Remember in the best Star Wars movie, Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, when Obi-Wan spends like a long ass time trying to figure out where Kamino is? He can just rent a spaceship. He could have just gone there immediately. He goes to Dexter Jetster.
But where's the adventure?
He goes to the Jedi Library. He goes to Yoda and a bunch of kids. How about you just go take a peek?
Kilgore Void. The Emperor loves me, this I know, because the Emperor tells me so.
If we know one thing, We know it's that the Emperor protects. That's why nothing bad has ever happened to any person in the Imperium.
Yeah.
That's the child's mind is no match for Anakin and his lightsaber. Jake Lloyd's mind was no match for episode 1. Aw, poor Jake Lloyd. It wasn't his fault. There's a great behind the scenes where you see a way better kid actor do a read.
And then George picks
Yep.
the wrong one. Yeah. And everyone's surprised. Because they're like, yeah, it's this one. And George liked the other one.
Like, Jesus Christ. God damn it, George.
The other. Mm-hmm.
Oh, George. Poor Jake. Yeah.
What do you think he's
Jake
doing
Lloyd?
now?
Isn't he in jail?
Yeah.
I think he had like a big breakdown. What do you think, George?
Is he in jail for doing something fun?
I don't think so. I wonder what George Lucas is doing right now.
Oh, rolling in money naked, obviously.
I mean, he's very, very wealthy. But actually, did you know that he donated the money he got from Star Wars to charity?
Wow. Which charity?
I don't know. The charity.
Oh. Ah.
Back alley illegal pod racing now.
Probably podcasting to be a little bit more
Yeah, like
precise.
what? So Anakin, Little Orphan Annie, wins the pod race. How much money do you win? Because, like, 24 people are willing to enter a death race. Like, almost all the pod racers die. So doesn't it have to be, like, an unbelievable amount of money? Am I talking crazy? I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Did it cost like $1 billion to fix the hyperdrive? You know, no pod is worth two slaves, Watto says. But surely winning, like, the Indy 500 is worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Has it really been 30 years since the movie Tremors? Oh, that's a great movie. I feel I was denied critical, need to know information. Oh, good old Burt Gummer. The Burtster.
The Birdster.
Michael Gross in the house. Apparently, I think Tremors 6 is either coming out soon or is filming soon. That's every desert planet from Tatooine to Arrakis. Yeah, but it seems like no one is making Anakin race. No one even knew he had a pod racer. Qui-Gon says it's his pod racer. And presumably Anakin has just been stealing parts little by little to build a car. Like, can you imagine working in a junkyard and just little by little, you steal like a Ford Focus, just one piece at a time, hiding it in your boot.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, how do you think you got my car? They don't come out of the factory like that.
Qui-Gon loves bullshitting people. He does. Well, you know, Qui-Gon Jinn, he's a little bit of a drinker. He likes to hit the gin. Oh, Qui-Gon Jinny. I like that as a Jedi Knight of the Republic, he can't like free a slave, but he can gamble and cheat. Qui-Gon Gin and Tonic. Ah.
That's a good one.
A guy stole a Jeep like that.
That's one of your favorite drinks.
Gin and tonic. It tastes like swishing a battery around in a glass of salt water.
Yeah,
Tastes like
delicious.
licking an old tube TV. Tastes like a mouthful of pennies. Was he really gambling if it was cheating? Kinda. Speaking of gambling, 9:57. We'll be wrapping up soon, so get your chats into the chit. Get your chits into the chat.
That's a little inappropriate. And yeah, say something mean about us. Call us meanie heads.
Also, I love they sent 2 Jedi in Star Wars Episode 1 of the Phantom Menace. They sent 2 Jedi to go figure out what's going on with Naboo. And they figure out what's going on. They go and they report back to the Senate, and then the Senate's like, what are you talking about? We got to send people to go figure out if this is real or not. Then why send the Jedi?
Yep.
A Waterworld war game. I think, didn't Waterworld like bomb horribly? I think there's a very good reason there's no Waterworld game. The Senate isn't really smart. Will you allow Volition to go check the validity of your accusations? This is a children's movie. But we're discussing, you know, politics and boring stuff. Yes, because water... Yeah.
We are ticking.
Why train drillers to be astronauts when you could train astronauts to be drillers? That's a good question about the movie Core? Or was that Deep Impact? Or was that a different movie? There was like 3 movies that were very similar that came out in a very short amount of time. Armageddon! Yes, you guys are absolutely right. You ever seen Core or Deep Impact, though? It's the same movie. I kind of like Armageddon, though. It's a dumb movie, but I love Steve Buscemi and Bruce Willis. And it makes no sense. But it's kind of awesome. The core makes me cry. Is that the one where they have to drop nukes into the core of the Earth and that works? Like, Earth stops spinning, so they nuke the planet's core, which makes it start spinning again. And everything's fine.
That makes sense.
Oh my god, Volcano. Tommy Lee. Volcano is another one that's not great. A volcano eruption should be incredibly exciting, but they figured out a way to not have it be exciting. I mean, they stop it by just putting up some like roadblocks.
Yep.
What about Space Cowboys? No Country for Old Men was a prequel to Volcano? I don't get that at all. Yes. Good night, everybody. And we will sleep
Good
on
night.
the relationship between No Country for Old Men and Volcano.
And we had a video
Yes,
out
everyone
today.
go watch the video that came out today.
And we have a video out on Wednesday, and we're going to be streaming tomorrow at 9 p.m.
Yes, we
Central.
will. And